Hello.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Our favorite prison gentlemen, upgrade the house is now available on board from only 16 Darussalam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our health announcement from the Ministry of Health Malaysia regarding the monkeypox global outbreak since May 2000.
So I think we need to explain this a little better so that you understand what's going on.
Right now, we are at Kuala Lumpur International Airport.
But we're not going into Malaysia, which is weird because, well,
We're just transiting here and
naturally after Indonesia, we have just Malaysia left. But honestly, there's one more country that we thought we should definitely do. And if we get to visit that country, then we complete all of Southeast Asia.
yay!
So that's the last country we have of the 11 countries in Southeast Asia, and today we're flying there.
Today morning we woke up at 2, caught a taxi, went to the Surabaya Airport, flew to KL now, and here we have a 5-hour layover. So we first went to Burger King, got some fries and burger, then I got my banana bread, which is already half eaten.
But this is also the only Burger King where we found vegetarian food. Like the last time we saw this was in Timor-Leste and nowhere else in Southeast Asia. But it was really bad. Like it was some mushroom stuff.
Now our flight is in another 10 minutes.
And we are heading to the gate. Just to give you some more context, we will talk about the visa situation probably after we get into the country. But right now, what we want to tell you is it wasn't easy getting this visa. When we got to Jakarta after that trip to Timor-Leste, we went straight to the embassy of this country and then tried to apply for a tourist visa. But even just applying for the visa was so hard. They wouldn't even let us come to the consulate to submit our application. It was so weird.
They were like, our offices are shut. We have not reopened from COVID-19.
And it just didn't work. So we were wondering, what do we do? Do we just skip it and go back home? Do we go, to other places?
We were this close to skipping it, but then we found another route.
Yeah, somehow the last minute things changed, and then we did figure out a way to get into the country, and we'll definitely explain more about that, and you'll definitely get to know more about that at the end of this video. So we're a little excited and also very nervous because the country itself is a little different. I wouldn't say it's good or bad, but it's very different, and you'll get to see what it's like. And to also make things a little more clear about why we were in Surabaya, I think that's important to share here as well.
We were in Surabaya for almost 15 days. We rested a little bit. Maybe that's our call. We were in Surabaya for 15 days, and our main intention to do that was to rest a little bit and also work on our videos. We were lagging behind a lot.
And that was mostly because like we shot a lot in Indonesia, in Bali, and then right now we're supposed to be, you know, almost 2 months ahead, right? And we're still showing things from Bali, so we definitely don't want to let that happen. We want to keep you guys, you know, following along on a more real journey, like as close to reality as possible. Now that you're caught up on what's going on, we'll get on that airplane and then we'll meet you at the other side and then explain more about what's going on.
See you soon.
To join ke Bandar Seri Begawan, saya ulangi, adalah penerbangan AirAsia kedua. Technical ground staff. On behalf of AirAsia, Captain Shariz Khan, First Officer Mr. Tinesh, and the rest of the cabin crew members on board this flight, we would like to say thank you for choosing AirAsia to your destination. Have a pleasant stay in Brunei.
And we made it to Brunei.
You
Hello,
guys
Uncle.
made it.
Yes. And we have made it.
To Brunei.
So cool. It's a very surreal feeling to be here because we never thought that we'd come here. Never. Like even 2 months back, actually in Laos we tried it for the first time. It did not work. The embassy was not helpful. And then again in Jakarta, and now this. In fact, just when we got done with the Jakarta embassy run, we actually thought maybe we should just cancel
Skip
this,
it, yeah.
skip this country, maybe come back later on. So maybe if we apply for the visa in India, we thought that maybe we'll do it probably in some other year, not 2023. But so this is my uncle. My uncle and aunt live here. My cousins too, and because they've been living here for a long time, they were able to get us in on a visitor's visa, and that's how we were able to enter Brunei. And we have a visa for 10 days, and our plan is to explore as much as we can and also spend some time with them. So it's going to be 50-50, I'd say.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, so we're just waiting for uncle to come back with the car, and then we're gonna head about an hour westward to the city where they live, which is actually the westernmost tip of the country.
ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೂ ಇದೆ, ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮೂರು ಜನ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫ್ ಶೋರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ರಿಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದೊಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ರಿವರ್ ಥರ ಎಂಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಮಲೇಷ್ಯಾ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಅದು
Hi, auntie. Hi.
ಹಸು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಸು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಊಟನೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನಿದ್ ತಪ್ಪ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಅವನ ಅಂಗ್ರೇಜ್.
Last time I saw him, maybe he was 2.5-3 feet tall.
ನಾನು ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದೆ.
So uncle brought us to their home here. It's a beautiful house, and first thing they did was give us dinner.
And before we talk any more about Brunei, I think we should just do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today is just going to be this, and this means all of this.
Puliogre with kadlekai,
ಸಾರದು
Rasam.
rasam,
And then
white
rice.
rice. Curd. We haven't had curd in 7 months now.
We have two curds. One is low fat, other is normal fat.
Look at this papad.
ಹಪ್ಳ ಸಂಡಿಗೆ ಹಪ್ಳ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಅಡಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಇದು.
So Brunei actually offers visa on arrival for a number of nationalities, especially European, even Southeast Asian countries get visa-free access. But for us, coming from India, things are a little more complicated than that. On an Indian passport, it's possible to apply for a Brunei visa. However, since you're so far away from home, the only option we had was to visit a Brunei consulate or embassy in the country we were in at any point of time and then apply for a visa there. And because we wanted tourist visas and we had enough time only to apply in Laos and Indonesia, the rest of the countries we were moving quite fast. We did give it a shot in Vientiane. It didn't work. We also came here to Jakarta, like I mentioned earlier, and then we went to the embassy there, and they also weren't ready to process tourist visa applications for us. So we pretty much gave up on the possibility of visiting Brunei, and we figured, okay, maybe in a few years' time, maybe things are easier, etc. But however, my uncle, who happens to be a resident here, said that he'd give it one more shot by visiting the immigration office here in the country itself. And then when he went there, he was able to speak to the officials and request for a temporary visit or a social visit visa by which we could enter Brunei, stay with him, also explore the place and then leave the country. And this is something that's provided for the near relatives or very close friends of the applicants who are already residing here on a valid visa. And currently it seems like this is the only way an Indian passport holder can visit Brunei. However, there have been many instances where people have been able to apply from the embassy, like apply at the embassies on their own, and that's also been possible in the past. However, in the future, we'll have to wait to see if things improve. So my uncle was able to get that visa on a letter, and he scanned that and sent that to us by email. And once we got to the Brunei airport, we were able to present that letter to the officials at the border control, and they were able to stamp us in for a fee of $20. So once we got in, we have now 10 days. It is valid specifically for the duration that's approved in the letter itself. Although my uncle did say that it is possible to visit the immigration office and also seek extensions. However, since we're not really doing that, this 10 days is good enough for us. So we're going to do that and then move on to the next destination. Want to say something, Richard?
Testing the mic. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Testing the mic. Am I audible? Can you still hear me if I whisper?
And right now, okay, managed to get that visa full. Now you continue.
What was I supposed to? I told about the layover time, right?
Yeah.
What was there? What else should I have? Surabaya.
Rest stop.
So yeah. So
Anyways, the
people are
wait,
walking
one.
so close to the camera. I'm afraid I just push and make it fall. Where will you be? So far.
Yeah. 3.
You're somewhere far away.
So you come from that side.
No, in the frame. Like this is the final frame.
So you'll have to speak like this. I'll have to bend. Why are you bending? Okay, come from the other side.
I'm too excited to talk.
That's why I want you to do.
Look at that color.
Okay. So
ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಬೇರೆ ತೆಗಿತೀನಿ. ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಂಟಿ. ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಆಂಟಿ.
ಚಟ್ನಿ ಪುಡಿ ತಿಂತೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಓ ಎಸ್.
we are